Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back. More Charade Maniacs. Sorry. Oops. I had this on too long because, like, you load everything in my recording software, or my capture card, or my computer. Just the three of them are just assholes. And it's like, I gotta turn the recording software on and turn it off and turn it on and turn it off and then unplug and replug and do things because nothing wants to work. And then, like, I was trying to check something. So I'm like, shit, I had to plug my, uh, thing in. My little sort of my palm drive. And then when I do that, that's, you know, for those of you who've been around for a while, we figured out that, like, my computer cannot handle the fact that there are 3 USB ports and you use all 3 of them. Why do you have 3 if I can't fucking use 3? Why do you have 3 and all of them are on the same, and like, my computer was built stupidly. I mean, Jesus Christ. So, like, I can't have my mouse and my capture card and my little hard drive plugged in, and I need the hard drive because my computer's hard drive, the actual 2 terabyte hard drive that I paid extra money for, crashed after like 4 fucking months. Obviously the operating system's on a SSD, but like whatever. So I'm like, all right, fun times, but you can't have 3 things plugged in to the USB at the same time. There's really no point in having 3 USB ports. You can't use all 3 of them. It's fucking stupid. Like, whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, I plugged it in because I needed to check something. So then I go to unplug it, and my freaking then recording software and capture card are like, no, now I don't want to work anymore. Everything was working. And I'm like, seriously? Because I unplugged it? I'm like, okay, whatever. So my screen's been sitting here waiting for like 10 freaking minutes while I was futzing with shit. So anyway, we're back. More Charade Maniacs, continuing where we left off. And we were going to the kitchen to hang out with potential boyfriend. Hopefully we get some choicey things or something, or this puts us in his route because, like, we've literally had nothing else. I guess that's sort of a minor complaint I have on this game, is like, because we're not allowed to use a guide. I blame you guys for that. Just kidding, but, like, you know, I feel like I get it because I think, like, Atome Kitten's, like, list, her route order would have been spoilery because it lists everybody in the order, so that would have given away too much. But I do kind of feel like maybe we could have used the way Reddit was set up, where it's like, okay, character number 1, and then you can just unspoiler tag that one particular person and go, okay, we'll go down that person's route. And then you go to and you're not really spoiling anything because you're only looking at that particular guide and you're not actually seeing a route order, really. You know what I mean? That might have worked out. I wasn't really thinking about that because I don't particularly like that if we go down Ibana's route, we've missed a scene with him because we chose to go to the park and we got stuck with Hygie, and I'm pretty sure we can't get him right now. So, you know, so we missed a scene with him, and that's kind of unfortunate. But I guess that's really just more a complaint in, like, not using guides because it's just foreign to me and I don't like it. It's weird, guys. Grandma doesn't like new things. Anyway, but what I don't really, I guess my complaint kind of with the game is there's not a lot of fucking choices. So, like, it's barely an Atome game at this point. It's like a static visual novel because there's barely any choices happening. And, I mean, I guess that's not true, but the choices just don't seem to matter. You know what I mean? It's more like, okay, which group of people do you want to go talk to? And yeah, you only get 2 of those, so okay, cool. You gotta bide your time. But when it comes to this, now that we've gotten into the point where, like, okay, now we can maybe get into a route. We only had 1 chance to talk to Ibana before until now, and then it's like, okay, like, are we gonna get more opportunities? Because, like, so far I just don't feel like we've had very many opportunities to spend time with him. And I mean, I guess the fun part, but that's me being like, I don't know if it's fun for me necessarily. But, like, I guess what you could consider fun is we don't know whose route we're on. We're just picking random shit. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess if you like not knowing things, I don't know if I like that. Grandma doesn't know if she can handle this, okay? But, like, we missed the one opportunity, and it's just now we're gonna have to go back, and I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm more just at this point, like, are we gonna actually get time to talk to, like, now we're gonna talk to him, but like, this is it? Okay, how much more do we have where we could make sure that we have time to talk to him, where we make sure we kind of go down this route, you know? So, good lord. Anyway, so we're at least talking to him in the kitchen, so hopefully that'll help us, because up until this point, I don't think we've done anything that would lead us to Ibana or Iochi. You know what I mean? I think that first choice that we made, where then I fucked up there because now we get stuck talking to Haiji, that might have helped, but like, and maybe this does too, because the only other one was talking to the two sus as fuck characters. Like, what the shit? Really, game? Oh, you got like neon signs all over these bitches. Anyway, I smelled something sweet from the hallway, and it made me peek into the kitchen. I noticed Ibana taking a baking tray out of the oven with scones on it. Just love the man that bakes. It smells delicious. Ugh. His response was just as rude as usual, but it happened so often that I was already used to it. You're just being bitchy and weird, and like you don't like girls because you're awkward and you don't want to admit that you're awkward around me, and that's kind of cute and I like it. Are those scones? Already know, don't ask. Okay, but I'm asking because there seems to be different kinds. Greedy little... Did you say something? I said you're greedy. He's like, greedy little... Did you say something? You expect to be like, no, I didn't say anything. He's like, I said you're greedy! He played us there, damn. We were trying so hard to be like, I know damn well he said I was greedy. I'm like, did you say something? Yeah? You want to say it to my face? Like, call him out, and he actually just, like, called our bluff. Like, damn. Damn! Playing with all the aces up his sleeves, isn't he? Uh-huh. So why did you bake so many scones? I ignored Ibana's attitude and decided to just ask him questions. I'm ignoring his attitude, meanwhile. Look at my face. Howdy, angry cat face over here. Just checking the oven. Huh? You made this many just to check it? Looking at the scones on the baking tray, there were plain ones, chocolate chip, cranberry, walnut, and even ones that looked like tea leaves were mixed in. God, I want a chocolate chip scone. There seemed to be more of the plain variety because it would be the kind that anyone would eat. I felt it was Ibana's way of being considerate. They do look delicious. Want to eat one? Go ahead. Can I? Yay! But I can't decide, so I can have one of each kind? So can I have one of each kind? And we're like, well, you said we were greedy. I'm going to lean into it. This is exactly why I called you greedy. I'd rather be greedy than miss out on such delicious looking scones. Oh, you're just going to be brazen about it now. Yeah, the snacks you make are so good, Ibana. Speaking of which, I got a summer orange from Haiji earlier. Would you like some? Summer oranges? Why? After breakfast, Haiji mentioned about how he's never had a summer orange before. Something that an alien would say. So we had the Watcher get some for us, but there were just too many. We were wondering what to do with it, but if there are scones, I thought maybe you could just make jam out of it and eat it together. Go and make it if you want. Are you sure? If you don't mind, then I will. I secured my own cooking space. I started to peel the summer oranges and then cut them into pieces while removing the rind and seeds before putting it all into a pot with sugar. I'm just like, damn, she knows how to make jam? I fucking like, let's find this on Pinterest somewhere. I was about to turn the stove on when... Hold it. Huh? What is it? Oh my god, are we gonna cook together? Don't tell me you've never made jam before. Huh? I have. Don't you just cook it until it's reduced? Give it to me. Taking it out of the pot at once. After saying that, Ibana took the summer orange pieces out of the pot and put them into a bowl. When you make jam out of citrus fruits, you need to remove the bitterness in the peel by rubbing them under water a few times. Oh, I see. And you're supposed to wait a while after putting in the sugar. That'll remove some more water. Using the fruit's own juices to cook it is what's most important when making jam. You know a lot about this, Ibana. He's just... Love you so much, you angry, angry little cupcake. I won't let you waste ingredients like this. Ibana started mumbling to himself while he prepared the next steps. So irritated doing it, but he always ends up helping us anyway. He's so kind. I don't mind us being a little derpy and naive right now, because, like, he's really not kind. Well, okay, maybe deep down underneath, but he's kind of an asshole about it. But, like, I don't care right now. I'd be the same. No, I like you. You're so sweet. I'm about as stupid as she is when it comes to this man, so I can't really fault her here. All that's left is simmering until it's reduced. But you have to be quick. Huh? Don't you let it simmer for a long time? Jam's better when you reduce it quickly. That way it won't lose the fruit's natural flavors. Oh, really? Don't act impressed. Get working! Hey. Even though he complained and yelled at me the whole time, we still completed the jam. Huh. Ibana took out some of the completed jam into a small plate and handed it to me. Made it, so taste test it yourself. I received that plate and put the jam in my mouth, like he said. It's delicious! See, it's good. It's plenty delicious on its own, but I'm sure it'll be even better with the scones you baked, Ibana. Do what you want. Thanks. I'll make some tea so you can go have a seat. Huh? Why do I have to eat with you? You helped me make it, so I'm sure you want to try it too, don't you? Just try the flavor. You love us! I just want to poke him in the face. I just want to poke his little cheek and be like, you love me. Then let me go and prepare it. I boiled some water and used the tea leaves in the can to carefully brew some tea. Their side profile over the shoulder kind of sprites are really good. I like them. Okay, it smells nice. I took 2 cups full of tea and the container with the jam to the living room. Ibana was already seated, and there was a large plate with a pile of scones in front of him. Thanks for waiting. Ibana grabbed the cup and took a sip of the tea. It's Darjeeling. Tea leaves are good quality, but you didn't steep it long enough. Sorry. Want me to remake it? It's fine, just give me the jam. After saying that, Ibana took a scone and split it in half. He then put lots of jam on it before taking a bite. Not bad. What is? Jam. Really? Yeah, there's just the right amount of bitterness. It works well with the summer orange flavor, and it matches the scones well. Thank you. It's because you taught me. It's nothing. Summer oranges were good to start. You blushing? Does he have slightly pinkish cheeks? Let's just leave it at that, then. I'll have another. Took a plain scone from the big plate. Maybe he's really not, but I'm just going to pretend he is. I can't quite tell. Scones that Ibana made were crunchy and not too sweet, but so delicious. Eating it with some jam, I felt like I could eat a ton of them. Ibana said he was only going to sample it, but I saw a few varieties on his own plate. I finished the first one quickly and reached for the second scone when I noticed him holding out a bowl filled with white cream. Put this on with the jam and try it. I imitated Ibana and slathered the cream on the scone along with lots of jam. The rich flavors filled my mouth. Oh my god, he actually was blushing. It was slightly pinkish because now he's back to normal. Delicious! What is this? Potted cream. The typical one used for scones. Oh, really? You know a lot about these things, Ibana. This much is basic. But I didn't know. That's because you're ignorant. We just laugh at it. We're like, what does that mean? God. Oh, speaking of which, there's still a lot of summer oranges left. I'll make candied peels next time. You can eat them as is or use them for desserts. I know about candied peels. I've made some from oranges and lemons. So how many summer oranges are there? About 10 boxes worth? Huh? That's way too much! Seriously. We want some oranges. Like, 1 orange each, unless they're tiny ones, then maybe a couple. But, like, why did you need that many? That's why I said I don't know what to do with them. You can only eat so many, but throwing them away after they go bad just feels like a waste. Oranges last fucking forever, though. Okay? Oranges and apples are the best fruit, because it's like, You get an apple and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot I have apple. It's still fine. Put them in the fridge, in your veggie drawer, your fruit drawer. Not your veggie drawer, your fruit drawer. Like, they last fucking forever. They might get a little like, oh, okay, it's starting to get a little, but like, they're basically fucking fine. Like, apples and oranges. I mean, pears maybe do too, I don't know, but like, most other fruit gets mushy fat, but like, fucking oranges and apples? Like, jeez, fruit to have. Bring them all to me. Huh? Refuse to leave even one go to waste. I'll put my pride on the line and cook them all. Huh? For some reason, that lit a fire in Ibana, and we talked about how we'd eat all the summer oranges while eating the rest of the scones. You can make orange scones. You could dehydrate them. Make like orange chips. Okay, great. So we did that. We're not getting any points with Ibana then. I'm gonna go to the hallway because I want to talk to our other boyfriend. I don't want to talk to the weirdos. There's no point in that at this point. Like, you know what I mean? While I was on my way to my room from the living room, I looked outside the window from the hallway. But no matter how much I tried to look, all I could see was darkness. I could barely even see the lights from the town. It's so similar to where we used to live. The place it's unfamiliar after all. I felt a slight chill when I realized just how different this world was. I don't really want to go back to my room alone right now. Oh. I don't want to go back to my room alone right now. There's Yoshi pops up. Hey. I turned around to go back to the living room and I noticed the lights were still on. Huh. I thought everyone already went back to their rooms to sleep. Is someone still there? Or maybe they forgot to turn off the lights. I better go turn them off. I went back down the stairs to the living room just in case and... Huh? What's that sound? What was that? It can't be a thief, can it? So I go and investigate. Smart. Yeah, you know. I gathered my courage and took a peek, only to find Iochi there. I wonder what was going on and kept observing. Iochi looked serious while aiming a dart. Right as they threw it, I heard the same sound from earlier. Iochi playing darts? Oh, they're all in the bullseye. Zena, don't just keep hiding there. Come on over. Iochi, you knew I was here. I'm confident that I can sense your presence immediately. Iochi urged me over, so I joined them. I heard a sound, and I didn't know it was darts. I thought you'd gone back to your room like everyone else. I thought about going, but I didn't feel like sleeping just yet. I thought I should get a little exercise. However, we can't do archery here, so I asked the bouncer to get me some darts. Oh, really? Doing this helps me concentrate. Yochi's calm tone of voice was deeper than usual, and it made my heart race. Oh, see, I'm falling for Yochi. I don't blame you, girl. What would you like to try? I've never played darts before. Can I? Oh, it's your first time. And then I'll teach you. And don't worry, it's easier than it seems. Yochi then stood behind me and put their arms around my back to show me how to hold the dart. You know, this would have been a good time for a CG, but... What, like this? And there are different ways to hold it, but you can try any way you like to see what works for you. Look straight ahead and visualize hitting the target. And then position yourself like this and... Oh my god, we do get a CG! Oh my god! Like, we didn't get one before with Ibana in the kitchen. So, like, I was like, this would have been a great time with him, like, with them standing behind us like this. Like, oh, the hand on our shoulder. Oh, come on, stop it. That's exactly my face if I were in this position with Iochi, not gonna lie. Like, oh, hi, why are you so hot? Iochi is so close. Yeah. Check my line of sight. Their face was right next to mine. I was too nervous to focus on the target. Come on, you better focus or you won't hit the target. You don't want to punch a hole in the wall, do you? I wouldn't want that. And then focus. Or am I too distracting? Hearing those whispers made me even more nervous and tensed up. Would knowing their gender make me more flustered? Regardless, they're bold, beautiful, and attractive. When someone I look up to says that to me, I don't know how to respond. Oh, looks like I was right. Because this is a bit embarrassing. Iochi finally moved away when I said that. Sorry about that. Your reaction was so cute. I couldn't help it. I'll stop teasing you now. With Iochi's guidance, I focused on the target once more. Oh, I hit it. I hit it! I couldn't get a bullseye like Iochi did, but the dart I threw managed to hit the edge of the target. Nice. If this is your first time, that's pretty good. With your skills, you'll be better than me in no time. The joy of being able to do it, coupled with Iochi's compliments, made me smile. Oh, well, I'd like to play a match with you. I think it's time we head to bed. Huh? Already? Maybe just a little more. I'm flattered, but let's do this again another time. A lack of sleep is bad for your beauty. After saying that, Iochi quickly put away the darts. Now then, allow me to escort you back to your room. Thank you for walking me back to my room. How romantic. We had a little dart date. Well, we only threw one dart, and now they're walking me back to my room. Lovely. Are we gonna kiss now? Obviously not, but like, a girl can hope, right? Don't worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Yeah, good night. Iochi smiled and was about to leave when they turned around as if remembering something. Oh, right. You seemed to be self-conscious around me earlier. If you're being self-conscious because of my sex, and then just believe that I'm the sex that you can trust and feel you can get along with more easily. Iochi really can tell what I was thinking. Well, I really do hope we can become at least a little closer than we are now. Iochi smiled playfully at me. Huh? Well, a good night for real this time. Sweet dreams. After saying that, Iochi returned to their room. Got teased again. The bad feeling I had earlier was gone thanks to Iochi. Really wonder about their gender. I actually kind of like that they keep playing into this. Like, you know what I mean? And they've done a really good job so far. I know I haven't, because I know I constantly, it's just, again, it's just the default in my brain is like our man harem, and then our man harem plus Iochi. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just the default in my brain to just refer to every single love interest as he. And like, so like, I'm trying to get used to that. So I know I'm not doing the best. I'm doing the best I can, though. You know what I mean? I could be better. But like, the game is really good at not like slipping up. The game is really good at like, we are going to make sure we constantly say they when they talk about Iochi. And then like, but I do like the fact that they're like constantly throwing it in there like, what is happening with this person? And like, everyone's confused and like questioning it. Like, at the same time, I mean, I think the negative thing about that is like, it's not really your business. You know what I mean? Like, what someone's packing in your business. Unless you get romantic with them. Then it's kind of your business at that point. But, like, for the rest of us, it's not. But, to be fair, people have an innate curiosity and, like, wanting to know things and solving mysteries and things like that. So, like, even though it's, you have to be like, okay, well, Iochi's not going to tell anyone. You can't help yourself from being curious. And, like, so I can't really blame the game for, like, bringing it up now and then, or especially us, our character, being like, I'm really curious about this. Because, I mean, it's a natural thing to be curious. You know what I mean? And, like, we don't bring it up. Like, she thinks it, but she doesn't, like, say it constantly or harp on it. Yoshi just knows that we're thinking it. You know what I mean? So, either way, after that conversation, I didn't think that I'd be able to fall asleep right away. But I do think it's interesting that Iochi's like, well, just think of me as whatever you want. Like, whatever you're more comfortable with. Am I more comfortable than being like, I'm just going to pretend Iochi's a girl because that'll make me more comfortable than, like, the weird attraction I have to you right now. You know what I mean? Where if I think you're a guy, then I'm like, oh, God, you're hot. And, oh, I want you to kiss me. And shit, that makes me feel awkward. But I'm pretty sure you'd feel that way if Iochi was a girl and then question your own sexuality at that point, because you'd be like, that opens up a whole other can of worms, Iochi. I don't know if that's going to work the way you think it is, but I woke up and pulled myself out of bed. I went to bed with the lights on. I fell asleep while thinking of something. I looked out the window, wondering about the time, but I could tell that it was night. So quiet. I didn't hear any sounds in the lodging at all. That was enough to tell me that it was night. I thought that I'd gotten used to not knowing the time, but that really just seemed to blur the lines between reality and my dream world. If it was a dream, I wouldn't have had to think about who the traitor is. Traitors are. I should stop thinking about it for now. I'll go downstairs and get something to drink. Someone gonna be there. Oh. I wonder if this changes depending. I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, is it always Iochi here, or does this change depending on like whose route you're leaning toward? But to be fair, it then I'm curious because we did one thing. The only choice we had that probably would have put us in a path, we did high G. So that does nothing for us. And then we just purposely chose talking to Ibana and Iochi. So again, nothing really there. And does it just go where it just randomly puts you down a path? You know what I mean? Or like, is Iochi the default if you get to this point and you don't have anyone? You know what I mean? You haven't gone either. You know what I mean? Because again, I think the only thing we've done so far that would give us any kind of point one way or the other, because we've always gone places where one or the other of them is. So like, it's always been kind of balanced, I feel like. I think. I'm trying to think of some of the earlier ones when you only can go to two places. But like that last choice we just did didn't seem to really matter because so I think so far the only choice we have had that would matter and put us in a route is the going to the park, going to the library, or staying in the house. And we didn't go down either of the routes that would have been open to us. So anyway. I went to the kitchen and someone was there. They noticed my footsteps and I was welcomed with a smile. Good morning. It's rare to see you up so early. I just happened to wake up and isn't it still night? Yeah, but that greeting wasn't because it's morning. It was because of how early you woke up. For some reason, Iochi touched the stem of a glass filled with amber-colored liquid with the back of their finger. There was a shaker nearby, and I remembered Iochi mentioning that hobby. Iochi, are you drinking a cocktail? Just a bit. If you can't sleep, would you like a drink? It could be milk or cocoa, but maybe something cold would be nice. It is summer. Yeah, can I have something cold? And there's grape juice and iced tea. The grape juice might be best if you're going back to sleep. I can make a non-alcoholic drink, too. What'll you have? Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Perfect husbands. I'm just gonna consider, like, Iochi, I'm just gonna consider you my husband, regardless. Okay, because, like, we've got you making us drinks and Ibana making us snacks, and, like, what the fuck? Could this be any better? A cocktail for me? I'd feel bad for making Iochi do it this late at night. I'm fine with juice. Maybe I'll have the cocktail next time. Oh, okay then. I guess I shouldn't keep you here when you're sleepy. I don't think I'm sleepy anymore, so I'm trying to do something about that. Really? And then let's have a chat until you feel a bit drowsy again. Iochi skillfully poured some juice into a cup and handed it over to me in a manner that made me think it was a cocktail. It made me laugh a little bit, and Iochi winked at me. You look like a bartender. I just pretend to be one. I'm pretty good, right? I think it suits you. Thank you. And maybe I should try joking more often. After laughing loudly, Iochi gulped down the remainder of the cocktail in the glass. I love those highways. You downed the whole thing. You probably hold your alcohol well. I'm not too bad, but it feels a bit awkward to drink it all at once. Awkward? If I knew you were going to wake up, I would have made something else. And maybe I should get another drink. I could hear the glugging. Iochi took 3 liquor bottles from the shelf and poured them rhythmically into the shaker. They looked pretty cool to me, but there was something else that got my attention. Oh my god! We get another fucking Iochi CG, guys. Oh, making drinks, look at you. Oh, dear God, stop it. Oh my god. Did I come at a bad time?
It's not that. I just think that I picked the wrong nightcap to drink.
Nightcap?
It's a cocktail that you drink before going to bed.
Oh. So how did you pick the wrong one?
You sure are interested in this, but it's nothing to be worried about. I'll explain when you're old enough to drink.
I really don't get it. Am I not allowed to ask?
You'll be flustered if I explain it to you, so just wait until you become an adult.
You're treating me like a child.
No, I'm treating you like a girl.
What's the difference?
It's completely different, and I'll tell you the difference when you become an adult.
Okay, Dad. Jesus. You know she's supposed to be 24. And okay, so this, what did I just say? Not just, but like in a part or two ago. With like Iochi being like, God, I'm so much older than all of you. And it's like, you're 24, that's bullshit. And like, because Futami's 23, you're not so much older than everyone. A lot older than me, but it's 7 years older than I am, so I guess being treated this way is normal. Sorry for being so persistent about it.
You look like you're pouting. No, I don't pout. I'm not being mean to you on purpose.
I know that.
That's cute. The recipe for the cocktail earlier uses brandy, white rum, cointreau, and lemon.
Huh? Recipe?
And the one I made now is a mix of apricot brandy,
Ricard, and chartreuse. Chartreuse is a color, but it's a liquor too? Okay, anyway.
and the color and sweetness of the apricots mixes well together with the herbal flavor. It's called a yellow parrot.
Never heard of that one. The orange-colored liquor smelled sweet as it was poured into the glass.
And the parrot refers to the bird. It has a pretty color just like it, right?
You're right. It looks like juice.
But you can't drink it yet. It's actually quite strong. Well, cheers.
We said cheers with my juice and Iochi's cocktail. Maybe it was the excitement of waking up late, or maybe it was just Iochi's conversational skills, but it seemed like I was in a different place. Grape juice is starting to feel like alcohol to me.
We can't have that. I'll get yelled at if they found out I gave alcohol to a high school student.
No one will find out, so it's fine.
Are you sure about that? Maybe this moment is being broadcast to the entire world.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Oh no. Maybe I should have picked a more lighthearted way to joke around.
Lighthearted? Like what?
Let's see. Let's say that when tomorrow morning comes, everything that happened was all a dream, and you'll wake up in your room.
That would be nice. Wishing for that.
But what about now?
I still do.
Oh well, if we do get back to our world, I'd like to take you out on a date.
Oh, hi. Also, should you really be hitting on a 16-year-old girl when you're 24? But like, okay, we're going to forget that that's problematic in my opinion, because it's far less problematic than a 12-year-old, but he's a robot or an alien or pretending. One or the other. Huh?
Well, maybe we could go to an amusement park or a place with a night view. Oh, and the beach would be nice too. Somewhere you don't always go.
Why a date?
A 24-year-old office worker doesn't get to meet high school girls every day. I need to cherish this opportunity.
That sounds extremely problematic when you phrase it that way, sir. Listen, I was trying, but like, oh, I work in an office and I don't get a chance to meet high school girls every day. Well, okay. Alright, let's...
Oh, maybe I sounded a bit too much like a dirty old man there.
Yeah, actually. Very much so. Thanks for being self-aware. Are you an old man?
Do I look like one?
You don't.
I thought so.
Iochi smiled confidently, so it was probably just another joke for fun. When I talk to Iochi, it's so calming. Maybe that's why I started to feel drowsy again, and I started to slur my speech. Or he got you drunk, but like, wow. I'm so relaxed that I'm getting sleepy.
Oh, really? And then how about you return to your room?
I thought I answered that I would. Or maybe I didn't. I felt like I was floating, and then I felt like I couldn't remember much. Did you drug me, sir? You're like, oh, the grape juice tastes like alcohol. And then I was like, did you put something there? Because I don't feel like we should fall asleep that fast. And then there's this.
You shouldn't let your guard down so easily. If I didn't have any self-control, you might have been eaten up by now.
Okay, let's not pull that shit. God, I hate that joke. Oh, no, what? Men are wolves. Iochi, remember, you might not be a man. So, like, don't give me that bullshit. Honestly, I feel like that's proof that we know because, hi, there has never been in the history of a game a female love interest that has ever been like, well, women are wolves, you know. Oh, you shouldn't let your guard down. I might take advantage of you because women know how to control their fucking giblets, okay? We know how to control our vaginas. Men are the ones that don't know how to control their penises. But, like, don't be that person, Iochi. Don't be that one, okay?
Sweet dreams, princess.
Like, that was just such an inappropriate thing to say. I was with that white screen. I was like, wait, no, okay. Ugh. I felt so sluggish as I yawned in bed. The bright light shined in my eyes, telling me that daytime was here. Uh-oh. I think I overslept. Wait, when did I fall asleep? I don't remember. I jumped out of bed and checked the bangle. There was a message waiting for me. From Iochi? Thanks for letting me see your cute, sleepy face. Okay, so that scene happens regardless of whatever route you're going in. I was just wondering if it was different. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe we've somehow ended up on the Iochi train. I don't know. Huh? Oh. I checked my surroundings and saw that my shoes were placed in a different spot than usual. Watcher was also propped in a different location. Did I fall asleep while talking with Iochi? Iochi carried me here and then tucked me into bed. Thought made me blush. Ah! That's so embarrassing! I checked to see who was in the living room as I tiptoed downstairs. But because I'd overslept, the living room was already empty. The ones who were going out already did, and everyone else had returned to their rooms. Thank goodness. I wouldn't know how to face Iochi if we were to meet right now. I feel like this is Iochi. Because we're like, I don't know how to handle it. So I'm just, wait, can you tell when you go in here? Oh, you can't. I'm just going to assume it's Iochi saying that. Like,
Good morning, Sana. Well, it's a little late to call it morning.
I cautiously turned around and saw Iochi there as expected. I'm starting to feel like we might actually be in his route by accident. That's not where I intended to go, but like, I'm not going to complain. Because I just feel like we're... Wait, hold on a second. I wonder if it says anything when you save. Because that says Common Route 7. Nope, we're still in Chapter 7. Okay. I was just wondering. I was wondering, like, if we crossed that line. You know what I mean? And it just didn't tell us. Because, you know, like, each chapter has, like, a little title card that pops up, but maybe when you get into a route, it doesn't tell you. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel like we're Iochi leaning right now, so, like...
You look pale. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. I'm completely healthy.
And that's good to hear. I'm about to go to the park right now. Would you like to come with me?
The park?
Yeah. I know you're still reluctant to be around Arcadians since maintenance happened. Avoiding them while living here is difficult, so why not get used to them, little by little?
You're right. It wasn't realistic to think that I'd never go out. It was something that I had to get used to, or I would have been a drag on everyone else. And with Iochi by my side, I felt like it wouldn't be scary. And please let me go with you. Thank you.
I got it. Hey, you didn't have breakfast yet, right? And there's some pizza toast in the fridge, so go ahead and have that. I'll wait for you.
Toast. Oh, I was on rotation to make breakfast!
I did it for you, so don't worry. And take your time to eat.
Thank you. Iochi's acts of consideration were 3 or 4 steps ahead of anything I could anticipate. So I sounded kind and pitiful. Wow. She's so mature. I feel like we're pushing into the Iochi route. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, everything's been Iochi heavy. since we played darts, and I feel like, but I'm surprised that we're still technically in chapter 7, but I don't know when the transition happens, or if this is the part where you kind of can indicate what route you're in, you know? Should have gone to the damn library. Whatever. This is what the sponsor delivered.
Thank you.
I watched the exchange between Iochi and the ice cream vendor from a distance. I heard that Iochi needed to do something, but I didn't think it was to get a package. I observed the exchange intently.
By the way, can I ask you something?
Yes, what is it?
Why is this supplied through the sponsor instead of the bouncer? Is it different from the usual food?
I don't know. I wouldn't know the difference. I'm only providing what is asked of me.
Oh, well, it can't be helped then.
Huh? Are you...
What's wrong?
Did we meet this morning? Or was it earlier than that?
Maybe it's because you saw the drama. And I come here quite often. Like when I go for walks.
I don't think it's from the drama. It might be from a long time ago. Don't really remember. Oh, Iochi, are you looking at sus right now? Long time ago. You look familiar, but maybe it's my imagination. What is he mistaking Iochi for? Like a previous cast member?
You guys have gotten a lot better at telling people apart recently.
Yes, that's right. We're starting to be able to tell which cast member is which. Okay, so they're definitely like... Were they maybe... Like, we call them monsters, but are they like aliens? Were they like non-sentient, like NPCs that have started becoming sentient? You know what I mean? And like, maybe that's why Haiji is like slightly better than the other ones, because he learned fast. You know what I mean? But they're slowly adapting like he is. He just adapted faster? Throwing it out there that he might still be an alien. I don't know. Previously, they said they could only tell men apart from women. Now they can tell each individual apart? His speech makes more sense than previously, and it makes me think about the difference from regular people. Maybe that's the point of the dramas. They're seeing people and they're seeing human actions, and that's how they're, like, developing faster. It's like, can't you just, like, hijack cable? Can't they just watch real TV? You know?
There's been a great change among you. That's very interesting.
Seeing Iochi make that big smile, the ice cream vendor then nodded in an exaggerated way. You do resemble that person in the way you use words I don't understand, and because of your facial expressions.
Is that so?
Suddenly, Iochi's expression darkened. Iochi stood frozen, unblinkingly, as if struggling to process what was just said. What's going on? Iochi resembles someone?
Well, we got the goods, so let's get going. Sena, are you getting used to things now?
Oh. Suddenly my gaze met Iochi's. A little bit awkward because Iochi noticed that I had been staring. I think I wasn't supposed to hear that conversation at all. About that, what did you get?
The goji berries and some fruit. I requested fresh ones from a certain place of origin, so I was told to get it through the sponsor.
Oh, really? Are you going to use it for cooking?
And no, this is for the cocktails. To be exact, it's for cocktail-style juices. Actually, you...
Huh? What's wrong?
You don't have to try and change the subject. Sorry for making it feel awkward.
That's not true.
You're always so honest and earnest. If you didn't get dragged into this mess, you would have just led a normal life.
Normal?
I hope you can go back home soon. I pray for your safety and happiness.
Wonder why she has been aloof for a while. Iochi's a cast member just like me. Me too. My wish is that you and everyone else will get back to our world soon.
Yeah, I better try to work on it too.
Kyle was different from usual, unconfident. Iochi's gaze suggested that maybe there wasn't a future to consider. Then Iochi looked away. It's funny because this would be like, why, are you dying? Or something, you know what I mean? Like, are you dying, Iochi? But like, I would almost believe that if it were like fucking Ibana, because there's something wrong with his left arm. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, he made that go, like, God dang, my left arm didn't get wet, and it's like he's wearing a glove on his left hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something going on with that. So if he was like, oh, I'm dying of arm wasting disease or something, you'd be like, okay, believable. But then why does your bangle not can't help that? You know what I mean? Because in a world where, oh, the bangle can prevent illnesses and fix things and whatever, you'd think there wouldn't be like cancer or anything anymore. So like, but he's almost like this is very weird, making you think. You know what I mean? Like maybe there wasn't a future to consider. Or maybe his life is just so boring. I'm sorry, their life is just so boring and whatever that you're like, well, this was exciting. Oh, I gotta go back there. Huh. Kind of like how every single person feels when they're like, Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday. Okay. Oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. And then it's just depressing. I do like my job, but I still can't get past the like, oh, Monday. There's just something about Mondays when you get stuck working from 9 to 5 every fucking day of your life for eternity that like you just feel sad. Even if you like your job, you're like, oh, wait. Like it's very confusing. I think it's just I spend so long not really like not enjoying my job. And then you got a job where like I don't hate my job, but like and I like my team, whatever, but I wasn't really into what I was doing, so it's like, and now I'm just so busy and I like what I do, but I'm also still learning it. So it's like, oh, it's like the existential dread because I'm just also so used to hating getting up and going to work. But that it's like, well, I don't actually hate what I do though. And I actually have fun, but I still don't want to get up and go to work. You know what I mean? Like, weird conundrum. So maybe Yochi's just like, oh, yeah, I gotta go back to my normal, boring life. Yochi's so mature, kind, smart, and dependable. Yochi's been someone with no flaws in my eyes. But right now, maybe Yochi is feeling uneasy. I'm usually surrounded by my younger siblings, so I had trouble gauging how to talk to people older than me. Sometimes, I thought maybe I could treat everyone the same way. All right. I took a step toward and took Iochi's hand. I took a step forward. Wow, I can't read. I think it's also because sometimes, like, the color in the background, like, messes up my seeing letters, and the F looked like a T for a second. Anyway. I guess I was also thinking I took a step toward Iochi and not, so like I jumped several words ahead, but anyway. I took a step forward and took Iochi's hand. Iochi, you're working plenty hard. You're the oldest one here, so it's probably tough for you. Tough for you in ways I can't even imagine. I'll do my best to try and support you, so please don't push yourself too hard. If you do that and collapse, I don't know what I'd do. Um, Look at your beautiful shocked face. Oh, Iochi's surprised. Did I say something weird? Was I being a bit presumptuous? I'm always the one being helped, so maybe it was strange of me to say it, but I don't want Iochi to overdo things. I quickly regretted what I said, but Iochi reached over and pulled my face closer, touched my hand, and you gonna kiss me? Iochi's index finger pressed against my lips. Oh hi. It was as if any words coming out of my mouth were stopped by those fingers. Like oddly romantic.
And that's a nice thing to hear. But something else is bothering me.
Else? Blinked in response instead of talking. Iochi then smiled as if something was funny.
I thought this yesterday, but you really have your guard down all the time.
Huh?
I'd be happy if you were relaxed in front of me because you trust me. But if you think I'm a woman and are just being careless, I'll eat you right up, so be careful.
Iochi is so baffling, but I love it. Playing darts. Just think of me as whatever gender you want that makes you feel more comfortable. And now, if you're thinking of me as a woman and you think I'm not just gonna ravage you, you better watch out. What the? But you told me to do that. I mean, I don't think we're thinking of Iochi as a woman, so we're more confident and comfortable. It's just we're also a little too naive to think men are creepy weirdos, and we're not putting Iochi in the men are creepy weirdos because you don't know what Iochi is. Okay, I mean, I feel like it's there is like a cobweb hanging from my ceiling and I just noticed it. Like, what the shit? Okay, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, Iochi's over here like, just think of me as whatever gender makes you more comfortable. And now you're like throwing that back in my face like I shouldn't do. Pick a lane. I mean, I guess that sums up Iochi. Iochi's like, nah, I just drive it down the middle. I am like, whatever. I'm not going to be in either lane. I'm in both. All right, well, Jesus, don't confuse me any more than you already are. Oh my god, so funny. So you're not a woman? What a surprise. I blurted that out despite Iochi's finger was still on my lips. But Iochi maintained the same smile while pointing around aimlessly. I wonder. It's different with my younger siblings. It's funny when she said, so you're not a woman? And then Iochi's near us and we get nervous. Like, well, stop thinking of me as a man if it makes you nervous. Think of me as a woman and then you're comfortable. And you're like, you're right. Thanks, gal pal. You know, if you keep thinking of me as a woman, I'm just going to knock you down and eat you up. Like, what the fuck? You just like being contradictory, don't you? Oh, God. Fun times. Fun times. You know, props, though, because we've never had a love interest quite like Iochi before, have we? I mean, yes and no. Yes, we've had, like, I'm just gonna eat you up, like, the flirty little whore vibe going on. But never anyone who was flipping back and forth between, like, oh, just think of me as a woman if that makes you feel better, and, like, well, you thought of me as a woman, and now look what I'm gonna do to you. You know, veering around wildly, like, what the shit? Oh, God. Mm.
So in the end, you didn't finish up the stewed pork for the dinner ramen.
It's because Ibana started telling scary stories. You're the one that said you wanted to hear them. I did not. I didn't say a word like that. I said I didn't want to hear it. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it certainly was enjoyable. But what do we do for dinner? Ramen without the pork is a bit...
Just have the watcher bring it out. But you don't want that, right, Ibana? On. I changed the recipe. I can finish it in 20 minutes. And if you chase her out of the kitchen, I can finish it in 15. You're always trying to chase me out. I said I don't need your help, but you keep getting nosy. I'm on rotation for the task, so I have to.
You two are on such friendly terms.
Okay. Really? Are you blind?
Anyway, it's about time everyone comes back, so I hope you'll be able to finish this, Ibana. Zaina, you're coming with me to prepare the table. We can even make it look like a ramen shop with the shop curtain.
Ow. Sounds like fun. Where are you going to hang that? At the entrance?
No, I was just kidding, but I'll consider it. Both of you, come to the living room with me.
We let Ibana take care of things in the kitchen, while Iochi, Haiji, and I went into the living room. Iochi was busy during the day, so the three of us made dinner. Things ended up being weird.
Ibana's hatred of women sure is troublesome. I didn't think it was this serious because you were still able to have arguments.
I think it's serious. He's always reluctant to cook with me.
If it's going to be that much trouble, how about we divide the dinner duties in two? But you'll be teaming up with Haiji or me.
I'll be fine. I think it's better for Ibana to get used to me, too.
I agree with that. And then let's leave things as they are. I do hope that he'll soften up for you eventually.
Not if we're in your route, because we've been spending an awful lot of time with you. So I'm starting to feel like we're, like, kind of heading down off your exit here.
Hey, it's a shop curtain. Oh, I forgot. So do you still want to pretend we're a ramen shop?
Okay, here's the thing. I know he's pretending to be 12. Okay, I'm saying pretending because otherwise it's gross, remember. But, like, even if you were actually an elementary school student, you would fucking know what a shop curtain is. Like, I mean, I understand that maybe 12-year-old Americans would be like, what? Because we don't have, like, shops with curtains around that I can think of. But, like, you live in Japan. Have you never, ever, ever been out of your fucking house? Seriously? Once? Were you imprisoned? Are your parents horrible human beings? So you've left your house at least once because you go to elementary school. So, like, you've seen shops. You know what a shop curtain is, alien. This is why I'm just saying, okay? Like, you're either faking being this dumb and naive and childlike because, like, You're putting it too far now because no kid's that stupid. Or you're an alien and that explains everything. One or the other. It sounds like fun, but we have no place to hang it. Do we get the Watcher to bring it out too? Seems like that's the only way. Doing it?
I know. I just thought of something good.
That.
Hi, G. You said you enjoyed those scary stories from earlier, right? I'll tell you another one.
Ace. Can't wait. Wow, your stories will be really scary.
To get the atmosphere right, how about we go to the school at night? It'll be fun.
I don't understand. But if it'll be more fun, do it. Big sis. Oh, not going to. Really hate ghosts and scary stories in general. But when Haiji says it like that, yeah, right. I mean, because he's so manipulative. Like, oh, he's just an innocent kid. Again. See, I trust you less as this goes on.
You shouldn't force someone who doesn't want to. Now let's invite some other members.
But the school at night, that definitely will be scary. Wish we could have done this with the team. Let's do it. It's all right. I'll be okay.
Huh?
Yeah, I wanted to try and do team building with the cooking team too. I'm not scared of ghosts, so it's okay. Big sis.
Your smile feels stilted, although I guess it's hard to say no.
Since we're doing this, we have to get Ibana to join too. I'll have him do that test of courage game by himself.
I doubt he'll play along.
Ooh. Oh, we get a CG! How cute! Like, we get a CG of our whole cooking team. Like, we're still obviously in Chapter 7, and we haven't gotten into, but I'm wondering again, because, like, we had a couple of Iochi-specific scenes, and then you kind of come here. So unless we get automatic scenes in this for each one, I would lean that we might have somehow tripped into Iochi's route, because, like, we've had no choices that would lead one way or the other since that last one that we fucked up. You know? And then, but, like, those Iochi ones, right, are kind of, like, the dart thing doesn't count. We come downstairs, we have the drink, whatever, blah, 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 and then we go to the park with him. But if you took those out, those two things out, we could have easily, like, say we didn't play darts. We do whatever with Haiji and Gyobu, and then something happens with one of the other love interests where we have a couple little scenes like that, and then this cooking dinner thing. They're totally separated. We don't mention that. So it's easy to think that those two little Iochi scenes could have been replaced by little ones with somebody else. So that's why I'm thinking we're kind of leaning that way. But whatever. Anyway, I'm going to stop here though, because I have a feeling that the pool scene, I was like, the beach scene? I'm like, that's not what it is. The school scene is going to take a little bit more than a few minutes, and we're basically at time. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.